Hey collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. If you're new here, I'm so glad to have you. Thank you for finding my channel. And if you've been here for a while, I appreciate you all so much, every single one of you. So today's reading is going to be about someone in your energy. There has been some individual that's been in your energy as a collective, and we're going to take a look at the details of that. So if that sounds good to you, that's what we're going to be doing today. I have been picking up on someone, and I actually did a charms reading with my cards that I pulled for myself individually and found out exactly who it is. So either you know or you don't know, and if you know, then great. We're going to get more details about that. If you do not know, we're going to try to pinpoint that for you today. So also I got a message that is just for some of you out there, maybe for all of you, but don't feel guilty for doing what's best for you. So some of you have this energy within you that's maybe either tied to a person or not tied to a person, that's making you feel like if you do something that it's going to affect other people and it's making you feel guilty about it, but it may not be the best option for you per se. So let's find an example. Like, let's just say you have debt, unpaid bills, something that you owe somebody. Maybe there's a terms of a contract that you need to renegotiate, and it's because the old terms are no longer serving you, and now you need to look into renegotiating it to be better for you, even if it may not be better for the other person. So whatever that is for all of you, that's the energy that's being picked up on right now. And again, that may or may not be tied to another individual, a job, a friendship, business partnership, whatever it is tied to for you, you'll know. Okay. So we're going to take a look today and see what's going on out there for the collective. All right, Spirit. I ask for wisdom, guidance, protection, and strength for myself and the collective, now and always. And I'm also asking for what is in our energy at this time. Whether this be an individual, maybe it's a group of people, something that feels like it's just kind of in the background, almost nagging or pulling on our energy in some way or form. Okay. The Fool card. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Ooh, one just flew right off the table. Let me go grab that. All right, the one that flew off the table was the Hermit. So when I look at major arcana cards, I assess them in a few different ways. First, I look at the number that is associated with it. So we can look at that as alone. Number 9 is kind of a loner. We also have near completion, so it's nearly the end of a cycle. 10 would be the finishing number of that. We also can look at our soul number. So our soul number is the birth date, adding all the numbers up, and then reducing it down to one number. Unless you have a double number like 11 or 22, then we would you could reduce it down. Like, let's just say yours is 11. That could either be Justice, which is 11, or it could be 2 reduced down further, which would be the High Priestess. So number 9 is also Virgo, or the Hermit is Virgo. So this could be somebody who has the sign of Virgo. Bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And with the Wheel of Fortune, this could talk about cycles, okay? This could mean something is turning. We do have a fresh start here, so let's keep going. What else do we have here? Asking who is in the energy of the collective right now. The 10 of Swords. Ooh. All right. So with the 10 of Swords, That could be air sign. That could also be betrayal. Like this could be someone who has experienced loss, like endings. Maybe this was with you. So this could have been someone who left you for dead. Like put those swords in you and then left, right? And that's what I'm getting here too with these two cards next to this. Wow. And with the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. Now, normally, this would stand for standing up for something. But because it's at the bottom, it feels like they didn't stand up for something. It's almost like the swords were put in and then they dipped. And again, maybe it was to go off for some introspection on their own journey. Or maybe that's what caused you to do that. So this does feel like a past person energy. Okay. And it doesn't have to be relationship, right? This could be friendships. This could be jobs. Any way you want to look at this, okay? Yeah, it's like they didn't stick around to stand up for whatever was happening. So I don't know if there was conflict, but there was no fight. It was almost like laying down and dying instead of fighting. I'm just going to give up and not fight for this. That's what this energy feels like. All right, let's keep going. What else do we have, please, for the collective? The Three of Cups. Okay. So the Three of Cups can mean various things depending on how we look at it. What I'm seeing in this particular deck is three women who are like gossiping. This could be third party energy. This could be like a chatty Cathy friendship group. Now it can mean celebrations, but with the previous energy here, I am not picking up on that at all. This feels like Mean Girls group. That's what it feels like. Like they're just standing around judging and sipping their drinks, and yeah, it does not feel like celebrations. Maybe they're celebrating, but it's almost like they're watching your demise while celebrating. Ew. I don't like that. What else do we have, please? Thank you. The Knight of Pentacles. All right. So we have a solid offer here. And then the star at the bottom. Okay. So it feels like you were meant to get something here. Maybe you were expecting a solid offer, and instead you got swords in the back. The star is an interesting thing to have at the bottom of the deck, because what this feels like is this group of individuals, or whoever did the sorting, whether it was them or another person, they saw this star energy within you, but you did not at that time. And so what this caused you to do was to go back and do some introspection within yourself and see your star energy, your star power. And it came from you not receiving this offer that you thought you were getting. It feels like there was a heavy hand here in someone or some group, particularly maybe women, that prevented you from receiving this, like actively did stuff to prevent you. So again, gossip could have been involved. We're going to get into the Pantha Oracle, which will help us explain a little deeper on what may have been involved in the prevention process. But yeah, like in my heart chakra, I can almost feel these swords being stabbed in. It's not fun. It is a heavy energy. Yeah, underneath the star we have the Empress. So it feels like this is your energy. And then we even have Two of Wands and Strength. Wow. It's like these people saw this in you and you were not seeing it in yourself. And again, based on what I said in the beginning of the reading, which is don't feel guilty for doing what's best for you. Maybe these individuals made you feel guilty for wanting to get out of a situation and tried to convince you to stay longer to put more swords in. Ugh. Again, that's just creepy energy. But the thing is you used that to rise, to see yourself as the Empress, and to have hope for something better. All right, let's get into the Pantha Oracle. Tell me more about this energy here. Self-love, yeah. So that's what you needed. That was what you needed to get out of this situation. It feels like whoever these individuals were knew, or no, I'm not going to say knew. That was the wrong word to use. They anticipated you just taking this and not having the self-love to get out of it. It was almost like they felt like they could just do the most to you and you would just stay and endure it. So let's just say congratulations for getting out of it, because you saw right through the BS. All right, what else do we have? We have overload, yeah. So it says obligation, overwhelm. That's exactly what this Ten of Swords feels like. Like ultimate betrayal, burdens. There was nowhere to go but up from here. This felt like rock bottom. And again, because we have the Fool here, it was like we have to get up and get out of this situation. So let's keep going. What else do we have? We have relaxation. Yeah, I can't imagine the beautiful feelings that arose after you were able to leave this situation. And if you are still in this situation, just know that you do not have to accept this. Okay? You are able to get up and start over and to go somewhere else. At the bottom of the deck, we have homeless. So I wonder if this is what has made you stay in a situation like this. Maybe one of the things they were holding over your head was you won't have a home if you leave, right? Like you'll be homeless out there. Do you want to fend for yourself? Like this is just giving narcissist energy. And maybe they made you fear being homeless. All right, let's keep going. What else do we have? Libation, donation, pray, religion. Okay. So some of you in this moment of rock bottom surrendered. You surrendered because you're like, I don't know what to do from here. Maybe you started praying. Maybe you started going to church or following some sort of religion. Bottom of the deck, we have eternal love. So it felt like there was something keeping you going. Again, maybe it was your self-love. Maybe the eternal love of spirit, of God, whatever you resonate with, was what kept you going. Almost like you were spoken to, like, it's time to get up. It's time to go start something else and find this love within yourself to keep going. All right, what else? We have idea, vision. Okay, so something, yes. And again, vision came here. So when I said like spirit came to you after you had prayed or whatever you did there, a vision came to you that gave you this idea of how to move forward, how to get out of this situation. And on an adventure, yes. All right, there you go. It's like you found your passion again. Whatever this was, there was something that brought you new energy. And this new energy enabled you to keep moving forward. And sometimes I'll tell you what, when you're at this 10 of Swords, it can be really hard to pick yourself up and to keep going. But you had this like renewed energy within you that enabled you to get back up and to keep going. And what I'm getting with this Knight of Pentacles energy is it made you feel like, all right, if my knight in shining armor is not going to come and save me, then I'm going to be my own solid offer, my own Knight of Pentacles. Like, I don't need this other person's situation or whatever's going on here. Bottom of the deck, we do have right. So magic, ceremony, mystery. This could have been something you did to get yourself out. This could have also been something that was being done to you. So take that as it resonates. Some of you already know, again, who these are and what's been done. All right, what else do we have? Oh, this one. Okay, we have compromise, reconciliation, agreement, consideration. Now, that definitely looks like third-party energy to me. So I said third party up here. Now we have a confirmation here, and the number on the card is 33, so that is a confirmation for anybody who needed to hear that. Bottom of the deck is promise. So again, you thought you were getting something, some kind of offer, because there was a promise made. But the promise was not delivered on. Instead, you were left with this overload, this 10 of Swords. It was not delivered on. The promise was not fulfilled. And in fact, with this compromise card here, you may have compromised something with the thought that you might receive this offer. Like, again, dealing with a third-party situation. Maybe you put up with more than you normally would have. And then when the offer never came, you're like, all right, I have to bounce because I'm done here. I have more respect for myself, and I don't need to put myself through any more of this. In fact, you couldn't. You could not. You could not possibly have any more swords in your back. This was the bottom. It's like you hit the brick wall, and that was the end. There's no going forward from there. All right, let's keep going. All right, so we got a couple that came out here. Do 30-day challenges. Force yourself to do something new for 30 days to form a new habit. All right, so this might have been something that you were working on to get yourself out of this energy here. We needed sleep and rest. Yes. Let your body have the peace that it deserves without feeling guilty. All right, we talked about feeling guilty. So this is you now taking what you need without feeling guilty. So if people in your past have made you feel guilty for doing what's best for you, this is now you saying, I just got to do what's best for me and I don't care about the feelings of others. And again, it's not selfish if it's what's best for you. We also have validate your past. You did the best you could. Feel and empathize with your past, not judge it. Yes. So again, the judging I'm getting with this card, and I love this deck. I love this deck so much. It gives me different perspectives on these different cards that come out. With the Three of Cups, again, it can mean something entirely different, but the women on this card are so judgy. It feels like they were very judgmental of you. So whoever these are in your life, now you're being asked to forgive them, move on, go find your own peace, and do it without judging yourself and without judging them. Because guess what? They're going to receive their own judgment. Then we also have awakening, a realization, shift, or discovery. Absolutely. This is what came through with this vision and this praying. So something changed within you. Once you hit this place of like, I can't possibly take any more, that's when the surrender occurred. And that's when you said, all right, now I'm ready to start something new because I cannot possibly handle anymore. We also have nutrition. Your body is your temple. Try changing your eating habits. Okay, so maybe some of you started to exercise, started to eat better, started to realize that things were ingesting. And I'm getting that it's not just food, it's other people's energy, right? The social media stuff we look at, things of that nature. Yeah, bottom of the deck, we have change a bad habit. So kill a bad habit, drinking, overeating, or anything else not serving you. This is you saying, I see the things that are bad habits and I am moving away from them because they don't serve me. All right, what else do we have here? We have jackpot, winning money, got rich, inheritance, or unexpected money. Okay. That might be what these people were after. We also have an offer here. So again, that goes with the Knight of Pentacles with the offer. So maybe they knew you were about to receive something and were just in your energy to see, what would happen when you got it, or hoping you would share it, or whatever the situation is. But I am getting that you did not know about this, potentially. Maybe you did. But I'm getting from most of you, you did not. And that could have been part of again, we were talking about the spell work and the magic. That could have been part of what was going on here with these individuals. Like, we know what's coming for you. We're gonna try to keep you around long enough to see if you'll give us some or take it, Some people are just takers. Okay, that one flew out. We have kindness. Be guided by your heart. Let go of logic and rationality. All right. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. I don't know why that came to me just now. Because it's like, get out of your own head. That's sword energy, air sign energy in their heads constantly. Like, it didn't serve you. And again, this could have also been fed to you. So if these were not literal swords of like sabotage or backstabbing or betrayal, this could have been just people planting ideas in your head and leading you to believe terrible things about yourself. So however that resonates with you, and maybe it was not even conscious, maybe it was subconscious, right? These could have been things from your family, societal norms, like ancestral lineage, trauma type of things, right? One of them that's coming to me, again, we're going back to the women in the picture. This could be like your auntie and your grandma and your mom sitting at a table all going like, women don't do that kind of stuff. Only men do that kind of stuff. And women don't act that way. And, just kind of stuff like that being planted in your mind as to like who you're supposed to be. And it was too much for you. Like your system couldn't handle it. You're like, I don't believe in that stuff. It's not for me. I don't claim that energy. All right, what else? Queen rising. That is you. Stepping into your power. Praised coming up spotlight. Absolutely queen. Yes. Yes, queen. This is you. Coming up, and again, rising. We could not go any further down from where we were. You are now tapping into your power and rising, and you're alchemizing whatever this pain was into this beautiful self-love, and you are doing something with it. You are doing something beautiful and amazing. On the bottom of the deck here, we have hustling, making it rain, focused on money, getting it. So maybe some of you who were afraid of whatever was being threatened here with being homeless were like, all right, then I gotta go make my own money. Maybe you were under like the thumb of someone else or a group of people, like you're living in someone else's house. And so you felt like you had to really adhere to their rules. You had to do things their way, or else you might lose this place to live. And if you couldn't afford to go get your own place, now you're at this point where like, guess what? I can't take your rules and whatever's going on under your roof. So I need to go make my own money and go find my own place to live. All right, let's keep going. We have love on the brain, dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, and nostalgic. Okay. So this could have been a love interest. Maybe you met somebody that kind of helped you get you out of this. Maybe you met a friend. Maybe this is just self-love, right? Because I'm getting that with a lot of you with this third-party energy and this end-of-the-line death overburden stuff, that maybe like love is not on your mind right now, but maybe it is your own self-love that is. And the daydreaming and the fantasizing is potentially about your future, right? I now have ideas and visions and I'm going to go on an adventure. I'm woke now. I'm going to go get my own situation. Yep, there's that offer card again. So we do have at the bottom, moving on. Thank you, next. So it's really unfortunate that sometimes our lessons in life have to be this terrible rock bottom in order for us to feel what that feels like so that we can pull ourselves up, trust in spirit, and to give ourselves that self-love in order to move on from something. Okay, we have speak up. What are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You can't keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so that you can move on and be happy. And then, even though I shuffled, this is still at the bottom of the deck. So as I was talking about some of the things up here, I will say my throat chakra kept like feeling like I needed to clear my throat. So speak up. There's something that potentially needs to be said. Maybe this is you just telling your story, right? And again, going back to the don't feel guilty for doing what's best for you. What is best for you? Do you know the answer to that? You are being asked to speak out about something. And to keep moving forward. All right, let's see if we can get some closing messages here around this situation. What do we have for the collective? Thank you. We have roots. Connect with your roots. Ancestral wisdom guide you. So, again, we did talk about the Three of Cups potentially being linked to ancestral trauma. But now we're being called to look at that and learn from it. So, what in your ancestral lineage needs to be healed and let go of? So, if these are your relatives sitting around a table talking about ancestral things that, maybe you don't comply with, you don't agree with, you're now saying, since I don't agree with the things that you're talking about, how can I live my life differently? How can I change moving forward so that I don't end up like these individuals? All right, what else do we have? We have enlighten. Illumination is near. A period of enlightenment and clarity awaits. Awakening was right below that too. So yes, it very much feels like if you haven't reached this point yet of this clarity around this situation, that you are about to see it. If you have already felt this clarity, then you are about to be illuminated as to where to go next. Right? This Fool card. It's literally like, now I know what I need to do. Let's go do it. We have balance. Harmony with nature is key. Connect with the elements for balance and wisdom. So, if you really think about what happens here in these situations, it can make you feel very unbalanced. So, once we leave a situation that we may have felt stuck in, and, Ten of Swords, the overload, there's a lot of feeling of unbalanced energy here. Now that we have left, or once we leave, we're being called to balance that energy back out again. Boundaries are going to be very important. So if these are your family members and you do have to see them on a regular basis, set up firm boundaries. With this self-love, I love that she is just sitting in this field of flowers here, and she's hugging herself and she's feeling this loving energy. Nature also offers that. So if you're curious, like, how do I even get started? Go find like a grove of flowers or like a patchy, grassy, woodsy area and just sit in it and just absorb nature. You can go sit under a tree. That's very grounding. Just what you're doing is you're connecting to the earth, to Mother Earth, and you're allowing her energy to flow up through you and ground you. And then you're also balancing your energy to Mother Earth's energy. All right, what else? Abundance. I love it. That's the chalice. The chalice overflows with potential. Drink from it and prosper. So I'm also tying this to this jackpot, right? Abundance. So there is something on its way to you. And one of the things that we talked about before pulling any cards was about something stuck in your energy and that it needs to be cleared. There is something in your life that you have kept continuously putting on the back burner, knowing that it needs to be addressed. And until you address it, it's going to prevent this abundance from coming in. So go deal with whatever you need to deal with so that you can clear your energy, find your balance, and you will receive this abundance. So I'm going to give you an example of one thing in my life. And again, I've had a few. I'm not exempt from this, having things in my energy that need to be cleared. We all have them, okay? So I'm not judging you whatsoever. Judge not lest ye be judged, right? So I have a bank account that has been continuously charging me monthly fees. And I keep seeing it and I keep acknowledging it. But I have a lot of things tied to that account. So I keep thinking about, okay, yes, I need to go close that account or I need to do something. But then I'm like, oh, but I have all those other accounts tied to this account. And then I have to go change this and rearrange that and blah, 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 blah. So yesterday, I finally made the decision to just figure it out. I'm going to go untie all of the things tied to that account and I am going to close it because I am honestly just tired of the fees that I'm being charged every month, which again are just siphoning from me. I'm just paying a bank erroneous fees just to have an account with them. So that's just one example of something that you may have put on the back burner where you know the energy is not serving you and it's something that you need to deal with. So whatever that is for you, you will know. And it's time to go look at that. Time to go pull it off the back burner, put it on the front burner and face it and deal with it and take care of it. Okay? So I hope this message resonated with you. If it did not, that's okay. I hope you can share it with someone who might feel like they do resonate with this message. All these messages are timeless, so this may not be your message today, but maybe it will be down the line somewhere. So I want to thank you all so much for showing up today. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. Make sure you go within so you never go without. Make sure you fill your own cup up with love before you fill someone else's. It's time for you. That's all I'm going to say, right? Queen Rising, it's time for you to take care of you. This is your self-love era. And don't feel guilty about doing what's best for you. Keep in mind that I'm a beacon of light here to help guide you through the darkness. And I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and so much love. Take care, everyone, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.